Welcome to my latest podcast series, One Life. My name's Terence Wallace. I'm the writer and publisher of a weekly essay entitled Indelible Adventures, and I'll be your host. This podcast series sets out to prompt and challenge your thinking about life and what it means to really live your life. I'll share with you my insights and personal experiences with the sole objective of getting you to reflect and think about your approach to living your best life. So let's get started. This week's episode is entitled, I'm Choosing Love. I still remember the shock and horror of being witness to the tragedy of 9/11. Was that the moment that all things changed irrevocably for our generation? Were the seeds of divisiveness and hate sown during that turbulent moment in history? Maybe I'm naive, but it certainly feels like there's more hate in the world. An us against them mentality. A place where intolerance rules and fear are the dominant feelings being generated. The pandemic has also seen a rise in the haves versus the have-nots, the countries that have wealth versus the countries that don't. In an unprecedented time in history? Or is it a natural cycle of events? We don't have to look too far back in our history to see a similar time. After the end of World War I, we had the Spanish flu pandemic. Now supposedly that was the war to end all wars. And in the 1930s, powerful and negative forces conspired to send the world into yet another world war. In addition to the pandemic, we have civil wars raging on a number of continents. We have fascist leaders leading governments for repression and military juntas. And to me, there seems a lot less love in the world. What worries me most is the world that we're providing for our children and future generations. All this negativity isn't good for anyone, and only adds to our collective stress levels, us and our children, which are, by the way, at an all-time high. I'm not sure about you, but I'm feeling overwhelmed at times, particularly with the divisiveness and negativity that's floating in our world today. At times I feel totally powerless. All I know is it feels as though there is much less love in the world today. So how does love, compassion and acceptance triumph in this sort of environment? I believe love starts with us. So let me share with you some of the tips that I use for cultivating self-love. And to be clear, these are not in any special order. One of the big ones for me is forgiving myself for any thoughts or perceived wrongdoings in the past. Letting go of the negativity associated with it and just forgiving yourself. Another one is to spend time alone. Irregardless of your situation, whether you're in a relationship or not, one of the best ways to cultivate love for yourself is to spend time alone and appreciate you for being you. This gives me time for reflection and revelations, which all bubble to the surface when you spend time alone. Another is to incorporate fun into your daily routine. It's all too easy to take ourselves too seriously and get stuck with that mindset. So breaking free is really important. There are huge benefits to doing fun activities, especially true for those of us who easily become workaholics. Yes, you know who you are. One of the fun things that I incorporated into my routine was studying improv comedy for a year. I loved it. Not only did I get a chance to have fun each week, but also met some amazingly smart, funny people over the course of the year. And I guess this also feeds into allowing yourself lots of rest and relaxation. Just taking the time to relax and breathe, being in the moment, untroubled by life's stresses. Now, this is inclusive of our sleep patterns, where we spend a third of our lives, and definitely our diet and nutritional intake. Putting good things into your body helps nourish your soul and your mind. Loving yourself can be really difficult, particularly if there's lots of negativity around you. This was definitely a big aha for me, and over the years I've been able to take away that negativity, whether it's friends, family, or people on social media. You need to have positive reinforcement in which to love yourself. So I guess what I'm saying is be intentional with who and how you spend your time. Look for positive influences and people in your life. Find your tribe. I think the other big one I've learned over the years is investing in myself. Whether it's a gift for yourself, like buying fresh cut flowers, which is one of my favorite activities and I do each week, or perhaps enjoying a weekend away, or buying a gift for yourself, or maybe even taking a course just for you. Whatever that small investment is, spoil yourself. Don't wait for someone else to do it for you. You deserve it, so make it happen. Choosing love clearly has internal and external manifestations. As I've said in a prior episode of One Life, choosing love starts with you. It's difficult to love the world and love those around us if we don't love ourselves first. This acts as a foundation and a springboard for us to love others. It's oh so easy to be consumed by the world and all the events and things that are happening around us. However, it's entirely another if we choose to live our life based on love. Now you're probably thinking I've gone totally crazy here. But as I've said before, we all make conscious choices. So it's up to you. You can choose to live a life full of love and giving and plenty and purpose and passion, or not. One thing is clear to me. The way I live my life, I'm always choosing love. It's my starting position for how I look at each day. First I love myself, now I can love others. If you'd like to learn more about Indelible Adventures and the products and services we provide, please take a moment to visit my website at www.indelibleadventures.com. Indelible Adventures is one word. Thanks for listening and look forward to hosting you again soon. All the best.